Let's move on. Let's get to story number 3. Story number 3. Why are there so many different opinions about the United States? And this is a very, very interesting story. And it's been, I'm reading this book about Al Qaeda. And if you don't know what that means in Islam, it means, I believe it means, in Arabic, I think it means the base. And they're talking about Osama bin Laden's views on America. And this it's a very interesting book, but it goes in depth, and it's talking about how those terrorists and how his camp view the United States, and how many of his followers are keeping his beliefs alive. And they're saying that Osama bin Laden hated America so much that he wouldn't consume anything America, and he basically got disowned by his family because of his views to America. He viewed America as the satanic, like a satanic temple. These people believe that America is evil, and he was able to get tons of followers. Some in Islam didn't oblige by his theology, but he was able to get a lot of followers. And now that the United States may be on the verge of having conflicts with Iran, what people are trying to get to the bottom of is why is there such a bad view of the United States? I mean, these people went into the details about why America was evil. They looked at the fact of the founding fathers. I mean, what I'm saying here, this is what I'm trying to get across is some people who are comfortable in America may be fine, but there are some people with some radical views about this country. And if I once I get this book on the site, I'll put it up. But it talks about how these people were how they were willing to die because they felt that this was God's mission for them to destroy this country. It's deep. And as we've been engaging over there, they've been how somehow Iran, they feel that they have been sponsoring all of this terrorism. These people killed, you got to think, I think in the towers they killed over 3,000. When the planes were going from, I think it was Flight 93 was flying from PA, the one that hit the Pentagon, they killed some people. So they went on this killing spree. So now you have to ask yourself, in this madness, in this view, is it still alive today? And if you look at the average American, the people who are over here, is who is optimistic about this country and who is pessimistic. And there's a lot of pessimism going on. And when you look at this, they say that there was an uproar, an uprising that over when they seen the towers being hit, that they were uplifted. They felt that this was God's mission to destroy this country. Radical hatred. You talk to some Americans, you say, is America evil? Are Americans evil? They will say that some people still believe this. Now let me give you my take, okay? I was inside of the Navy when I seen this, when I seen them hit the towers. I was on active duty. And when I was in the battle, I felt that my view was that I'm serving a country that has shown most mercy to the poor. I felt that we had been through slavery. We got over it. I felt that I was optimistic, basically. I felt like I'm fighting for the right team. So I volunteered at a very early age. And then I had to face, I still see backlash because of the decision to be optimistic about serving this country. I seen the photos of the suicide bombers when they hit the coal. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. And then I saw the administration when I seen Obama get in, and I seen Reverend Wright's speeches, and I would look at all of the negative media and press against this country and how people hated it. And it really hurt. Sometimes it still hurts me to this day, because I believed in something. When you're that early and you're young, I was willing to go. I mean, I still am to this day, because I believe in the greater good. But what they're saying is that image of dirty, filthy, war hungry America, when they talk about it's basically the culture. They hate it. And they believe that this is God's mission for them to clean it, wipe it clean. Suicides, filthy, filthy terrorists, folks. This is what at stake, and this is why story number 3 is an interesting story. Why are there so many different opinions about the United States? Then you have there's a Democratic, I think she's a congresswoman. She's her name is Omar. I don't have her full name in front of me, but she was talking about Muslims and how they feel when they're how they're viewed in America, and these social gatherings that people are starting to address now when it comes to how people feel about their feelings is amazing. Like you starting to see people come up. It's about being gay, about being homosexual, about being transsexual. So all of these views are coming up out of nowhere, and they're blaming. Most people are blaming the culture of the. They're saying that because of this country, that everyone is entitled to be liked and loved. But folks, I'm telling you, you read if you do some research on history, the history of how people have interpreted the United States. Some people look at the United States as a hero. Some people don't like the fact that we have allies. Some, especially I mean, I'm African American. The African American communities, how some of the people inside the minority communities have been radicalized. How some people still to this day don't like other people because of slavery. Folks, this is so deep. This is a deep, deep what they call it, a revolutionary story. It is unbelievable about how, if you went out and you asked people their opinion and their views, some of these people are not heavily educated, don't have a lot of, some of them have just been working their entire life, but some people have a radical hatred for this country. And it's unbelievable. And this is probably the only country where you can be handed a mercy stick. In China, communism. I mean, some countries you may get by with breaking a few laws, but once it hits the public square, that's it. Your head's gone. And then on top of this, you got the justice system where people get a right to a fair trial, and then then you have police brutality. You have the public, an uprising against the police, against authoritative figures. And then they when you have a system like that where things can balance themselves out. Folks, they're saying this story number 3 is probably, when I was reading and looking at all the different ideas and beliefs, there's a natural hatred for the culture in America. I mean, when you look at the women, the way they dress, how free they are, some of them can tell men what to do, the culture, the fact that lesbians and gays have rights. Folks, there are people all across the world who hate this country because they feel that this is a Satan worshiping country. They don't believe that there's any God here, and that's what story number 3. Whew, I tell you, mediation can be tough. If you want to help out, if you want to contribute, I had to do some very dig deep on it when I did this story, but it was unbelievable the amount of data that I was seeing and the things that I was seeing, just the hatred. But if you want to help out anyway, if you want to help me out, I said I created this story feeling I created this show feeling that it would be beneficial for the betterment of mankind, for my fellow citizens. I've been serving my entire life. I've hardly taken a day off. I tried marriage, it didn't work out. So I'm here. And if you want to help out anyway, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something. And it's almost Memorial Day. And what a way to bring it in. We have a week left, and I don't doubt my putting my life on the line. I still don't doubt. I probably still would jump in front of a bullet for my fellow citizens. But when I was in story number 3, it was mind-boggling. I mean, just if you look at this guy's his style of living, he gave up everything to wipe. I mean, his mission in Islam, he disowned some of his Muslim brothers, and he died. He wanted to kill everybody in America, wipe it off the map. They infiltrated. They worked hard, caught us sleeping. And folks, but if you want to help me out, I don't claim to be a terrorist. I'm trying to provide some information, some feedback, some vitamin news for you. So if you want to help me out anyway, all I have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com. And I am a minority. My ancestors were probably slaves, and who knows where my bloodline stems to. But I still believe in the greater good of this country. I believe in it. I don't take it. I don't have any regrets in my journey. I could have given up a long time.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.